What's up, Cody? Create Your Purpose. This is episode 9 of the Create Your Purpose show. I'm here with Bob. How's it going?
Good, brother. How you doing?
It's great. It's great. So happy to have you on the show. So happy to just be able to sit here in this amazing office and just kind of like I'm looking around and I'm seeing all these motivational pieces in your office, and it just motivates me to do something. So it's really awesome that we can have the opportunity to sit down. So why don't we just jump right into it? Why don't you tell our audience just who you are, what you're doing, and why you're doing it?
Yeah, absolutely. So Robert Gauvreau, a chartered professional accountant, have been for just over 10 years. Started our practice just about 10 years ago, looking to try and add massive value to business owners and owner-managers of businesses, trying to work with them to essentially minimize any of their tax obligations, trying to help them grow their business. So we've done a lot of searching lately, and what is our why, what is our purpose, what keeps us going every day, and that is adding value to our clients to help them grow their business and be successful. So we've got this massive action item that we want to try and create, and that is to create $1 billion in profits for our clients, to help them truly change the world.
Wow, that's really awesome. So would you say that you're focused in Peterborough region and out surrounding areas, or do you deal with clients outside of Peterborough as well? Or
yeah, the bulk of our clients are from the Peterborough area. We'll get into it a little bit, but I work with the Tony Robbins group a little bit, which has expanded our market. So we essentially manage his Canadian marketplace.
Oh wow!
So we've got clients from Calgary to St. John's.
Yeah. So what would you say the audience that you're trying to reach is? Do you have a specific demographic of people that you're trying to reach, trying to help?
Yeah, absolutely. So we work with for-profit business owners. That is where we're at.
Yeah.
We work with a lot of professionals, a lot of entrepreneurs. My good friend Neil Morton has tagged us as being the entrepreneurial accounting firm. We love working with business owners, got people who will take risks, put it all on the line, and really that is our market across Canada. Working with people who want to grow their business and want to be successful, and we want to work with them to outline their path to success.
Yeah, and what does that look like? When you sit down with a client and you're talking about building maybe a long-term vision for success. What do you think that looks like in the general landscape of a meeting with that client?
Yeah, so our goal is when we meet with our clients to outline that. We start with the path of saying, here's where you are now. Where is it that you can define being your position of financial freedom? And then we can outline the financial steps of how you get from where you are now to where you truly want to be, will change your life.
Yeah.
So we go through and we outline the financial steps. So if you want to, be in a position where you can financially retire within 10 years, what does that look like? How much is that value that you need to create in order to get there? We can outline that individual step along the way, which creates the pathway to that success point.
That's awesome. So you have a pretty clear vision for how, from what I'm understanding, a pretty clear vision of what you're doing, why you're doing it. That's awesome. Now, you mentioned that you are actually on the Tony Robbins board and you help out with that. Why don't you tell our audience a little bit about Tony Robbins and what he's doing and how you're helping with that?
Yeah, so this is relatively new, being involved with the Tony Robbins group. In essence, he's got a bunch of different series of events. You've probably seen the Netflix I'm Not Your Guru, right?
Yeah, I've seen it.
It's pretty popular right now. So that's one of his secrets of his events is Unleash the Power Within, which is really trying to inspire people to take massive action and change the world, right? So the one series that we're part of is his Business Mastery session. So it's all business owners or people who are trying to come up with an idea of what they want their business to be and what their true vision is. So he's brought us in and recruited us to act as the representative for the Canadian clients that are there, who are looking to work with a value-added advisor who can help them outline that path. So that's really we've been brought in, long story of how we got connected with this, but truly been brought in here because we're different than most accounting firms, and we really want to be involved in outlining that path for our clients.
Okay. Now, with how did you manage to get involved with Tony Robbins? Did you go to one of his leadership seminars and you met him and he decided to say, hey, Tell me about that interaction.
Yeah, so the thing with Tony Robbins is he's bigger than life.
Oh yeah.
Right? Like so,
everyone knows him. Like
he's huge, right? Like if you go with the Business Mastery one, we were just there in January. You go to his seminar and he's got 3 security guards following him around, right? Like nobody's getting close to Tony Robbins. His events are 10 to 30,000 people, right? So I did have the opportunity of meeting Tony, but as far as us, working on a day-to-day together, that's not how it works, right? He's got a business team that kind of manages everything. We got hooked up because I have a relationship with an accounting consultant from Australia who works with accounting firms to help drive growth in accounting firms. They've just moved to North America, and they referred me. The Tony Robbins group is looking for someone from Canada, and based on our skill set and our value proposition for our clients, we were recommended to them, and they recruited us and brought us in.
Oh wow! Now from a leadership standpoint, because you, I think we mentioned a little while ago that or you told me that you have about 13 staff on. Yeah.
There's 12 of us here now, heading into personal tax season.
Wow. So personal tax season. No, so from a leadership standpoint, what is some advice you may be able to give to small entrepreneurs who may have a few employees under their belt that you can just they can help in regards to leadership?
Yeah, you know what? It's interesting. That's a good question. I've been spending a lot of time on developing my own leadership. It's interesting because you start a business and you create this vision of where you want to be, and along the way the road pathways kind of change.
Absolutely, that makes sense.
I didn't expect that one day I'd have 12 people.
So you wouldn't say that was the long term? Was that a long term vision?
Having employees wasn't necessarily, building a big team wasn't initially one of my concepts, right? Certainly for me, one of the biggest values would be, and it's almost like cliche at this point, but building yourself an amazing team. I have surrounded myself with truly the most motivated, risk takers, energized, enthusiastic people who make coming to work every day exciting.
Well, even sitting down and talking to Ashley and just to hear her vision for this team and just see the interaction is amazing. And I'm encouraged when I reached out to Ashley, talk to you, just how hospitable she was, and how ready she was to get us connected with everyone else. Would you say you act as that as well? Are you trying to connect other people within our community to other people?
Yeah, absolutely. So my role has kind of changed a little bit. I still do accounting work. I'm still driving the vision behind the firm, but we're starting to get involved in community projects like the Venture North, where we're trying to drive business activity and the economy into our city, which is great. So we've created a hub where we've got amazing partners like the Innovation Cluster, Pure Economic Development, that are coming in and helping young entrepreneurs find this vision and to truly drive it and give them the expertise they need to be successful. The one leadership thing, though, that I think I've evolved into and really been looking at is putting people in the position for them to have an opportunity to see exactly what they can do. So giving people a chance to really succeed. That's the one thing that I'm really focusing on right now. Is we've got these people that are in a great spot, but you've got to give them the opportunity and the chance to see exactly what they can do. So from a leadership standpoint, you almost have to step back and say, here's your chance. You want a chance to be all you can be. Here's your opportunity. Mistakes are going to happen, but just go and be the best you can be. That's the sign of a true leader, I feel.
Yeah. Man, you are extremely inspirational, and it was so awesome to have you on the show today and just be able to share your heart for this community and just be able to tell us a little bit more about what you're doing. We look forward to having you actually on the documentary that we're going to be shooting a pilot coming up soon. Extremely excited to kind of go into a little bit more depth with just exactly what you're doing. But if there was one question that you would want to ask to this community in Peterborough, what would that question be? If we can just tie off this vlog.
One question: how can we all work together so that we can all be at the point of success? How can we all as one unit drive our community to be successful? There's always going to be certain elements, but how can we work together to make that happen?
Well, you heard it here. How can we do it?